Well, glory be, mercy me, we've done it yet again. Here we are, daily walk around the graveyard. Honestly, no specific piece of news to be talking about today. The world is coming apart. It's becoming very obvious, very clear, very clean. I'm seeing more and more aggressive videos going around, more and more heightened, terrifying headlines. There's a great TikTok video that's going around the internet right now where it's a video recording of some of these fundamentalist evangelical churches and the mantras that they're saying, which is about their celebration of the erection of a Christian fascist theocracy, how they are celebrating and praising and preaching and chanting and saying in unison things like it is their God-given right to lead the country, to find salvation, right? These Christian fascists are going to take over America. It's extremely obvious, and the Democratic Party is not doing anything to prevent it, or isn't even interested in preventing it. And the fun part about all of these videos is that at the end of the video, the person presenting it goes, "This is a real threat, guys, so make sure you get out and vote." Make sure you get out and vote. This absurdist line that is becoming more and more apparent, that it is just a slogan, another propaganda piece to funnel energy into an already dead system. Here in Canada, where I am, there is technically potential for the democratic structure to react rationally, technically, but the system has been so overwhelmed by finance capital, by money, that realistically, it's no longer possible to push forward any candidate who will respond rationally to what's going on in the world and what's needed in the populace, right? It's simply not going to happen. Just because if you have $2 billion to run a campaign, you're going to be able to shout out across the land and get your message to become commonly understood. Whereas if you don't have billions of dollars, that's not going to happen, right? Like if you're a guy like me with just like a little YouTube channel, what chance have you got against somebody who owns the Globe and Mail and Global News and all of this sort of stuff? That we are, as Sisyphus, forever pushing a boulder up a hill only to have it roll back down upon us. And yet we do it anyway. Because, hey, do you notice how we're fighting fascists? But you're never going to achieve it. You're never going to win by voting. You're never going to vote out fascists. That's not how it's going to work. That the only path that is left for the citizens of Canada, for the citizens of America, is civil disobedience. It is to find crucial pieces of infrastructure. It is to find places where the death cult requires free movement or complicit behavior, and it is to shut it down with your bodies, quite literally. As we are about to do August 1st, 4 p.m., Bloor and Bedford Road. If you're hearing this in the city of Toronto, August 1st, 4 p.m., Bloor and Bedford Road, we are gathering at John Tory's house in order to put pressure on him to raise ODSP rates, to do something about the fact that disabled people are being abandoned in our province on purpose. For God's sakes, we have a premier that outright says, hey, disabled people should just go get jobs. Just go vote is something that should be reviled at this point. There has been a coup. I don't know why this isn't better understood. I don't know why people are pretending as though this hasn't happened. There has been a coup. It is a capitalist coup by the rich against the working class, or the middle class, if you prefer, right? That they are no longer interested in our opinion outside of how to manipulate it. They are no longer interested in responding rationally to what we need and our demands. They're no longer interested in improving the society. They have couped our countries so that they can extract as much wealth from us as they can possibly get. And then once they have finished the project of extraction, once there's no more wealth to pull out of the society, they abandon us. They retreat to their Jeffrey Epstein sex islands. They retreat to some other country. They leave. They go to a place that we can't possibly get to. And they just go, well, what are you gonna do? And then they say to us, well, the only way that you could possibly get my riches bestowed upon you that I extracted from you in the first place is if you give me a sweetheart deal so that I'll be an investor. So I can go sit on my ass in Jeffrey Epstein's child sex island, right? And you do all the work so that I can maintain this lifestyle. And we can see this in like Hunter Biden, like this whole situation, right? We're literally paying for drunken, rapacious losers to just live this absurdist lifestyle for no reason whatsoever. That these people are not interested in helping us. And if we just vote, well, what do you think is going to happen to the people we vote for in a system that has been taken over by corporate capitalism? You think these guys aren't going to roll up on this representative in their limousines and their helicopters and their super yachts and their space shooting things and say, hey, it'd be great if we did business together? Well, you think that doesn't happen? It's ridiculous. We're absurd children pretending as though the way this is going to go is by putting a piece of paper in a box, and that's what's going to happen. Until we recognize that the conservatives and the liberals and the NDP are allies, until we recognize that the Democrats and the Republicans are allies, and until we recognize that the only thing that they value is our obedience and the wealth that they can extract from us, we're not going to get anywhere. And until we recognize that the only act that these psychopaths will respect is for us to gather on bridges, highways, railways, critical infrastructure, and lock it down, until we actually do that, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get this dental care thing that they keep telling us about. We're not going to get any of these benefits. We're not going to get any improvement. You're never going to own a house, right? BlackRock is rolling in and buying up all the housing. You're never going to get that house. Rent is skyrocketing. So as they start evicting people, they will for sure be homeless, right? All of these, and this doesn't even talk about climate change, right? This doesn't even talk about climate change. Like, we're actually hurtling toward a true Sodom and Gomorrah style moment where cities will literally burn down because we need to go fast in cars and planes and yachts and shit. We for sure need this world-spanning empire-level military to dominate and control everybody with. That's for sure beneficial for us, right? That's for sure helping. And absolutely, I a fascist Nazi level group of people who control the largest military on the planet will absolutely listen to you going, I'm voting for the NDP. That's for sure going to have the profound effect you think it's going to have. Get off your ass. Find local groups. If you can't find a local group, you are the local group. Make local groups for yourselves. Organize. Go beyond unionization. Many of these unions are capitulated by capital anyway. Many of these unions have been taken over, and instead of fighting back against their owners, they're just negotiating with them. This can no longer be a negotiation. This can no longer be a negotiation. We have been cooed by psychopaths who are planning on destroying us and our children. It is black and white. Take to the streets, organize. Like, share, subscribe. They're doing everything they can to get people like me off of these platforms. They're doing everything they can to push us out. And it's gonna work eventually. It's gonna work eventually. They're gonna get us out. They're gonna push us out. They're going to impoverish us. They're gonna make us homeless. They're gonna do everything they can to make sure that rational, sane voices will not respond to the extreme crisis that they are responsible for generating. Always remember, guys, you're a quantum being walking around in quantum energy. The billionaire class is spending hundreds of billions of dollars in the hopes that you'll never realize it. You'll just stay the good little commodity they need you to be. Revolt, rebel, repent. Good luck. We're gonna need it.